Hello, and welcome to week 5 of Curriculum Renewal Institute. This week, we are continuing to work on our unit design template and then focusing a little bit more on feedback loops and how we can provide feedback loops using tech tools like Flipgrid, Jamboard, and Padlet. So first, let's review the unit design template. You might remember the unit design template. We've been working on this, so you should continue to be working on this unit design template. It looks like this. Remember, many of these things were also put in your pacing guide, so you should have these basically filled out at this point. We are trying to address a particular SEL competency and then hoping to incorporate that into the unit as well. Hopefully, you are working on or have completed one performance assessment for your unit. And right now, we're probably getting down to the nitty gritty of really planning out the unit and what the lessons are going to look like. And so, in order to incorporate different tech tools and methods that really support the social emotional learning of the students, we're going to incorporate some of these tech tools into the lessons. So, this week, I want you to spend some time looking at some tools that students can use to collaborate with others and exchange ideas and provide feedback to each other. One is Flipgrid. So, what I did on your worksheet this week is first, I've given you a couple of articles to review that discuss feedback, how to use sticky note feedback, and then some excerpts from a book called Thanks for the Feedback. So you can read these articles just to give yourself a review of feedback and some triggers that might block feedback and some ways you might use feedback loops like a sticky note in your lessons. And perhaps you want to incorporate those into your unit design. So then we have some tech tools. So I gave you some links to Flipgrid, Jamboard, and Padlet. Flipgrid is what we've used. We used it during the first week to introduce each other. So that's a nice way where you can have students collaborate and share ideas and also give feedback to each other through an audio visual. Jamboard, we've also used Jamboard. What I've done is I've linked to a few different templates for Jamboard so that you can have some other ways that you might want to use Jamboard to kind of help with feedback. Jamboard's pretty much a sticky note board, and it's pretty easy, but here are some templates that you can use that might be interesting for just for your reference, but also if you want to do some feedback, you can also take a look at these and see if they might work for you. And then finally, you have Padlet. Padlet is another tech tool. This is what a Padlet would look like. This is one that I did on Roman architecture in Bronxville. So students went out and they uploaded some pictures, and then they could also give each other feedback by just adding, as long as it's an editable document, the students can add to the feedback loop. So I gave you a little link to how to do a Padlet and see how you might want to incorporate that into your lesson. So this week, again, we're looking at activities that you'll use for students to collaborate with others. These are great tools, Jamboard, Padlet, Flipgrid, to share ideas with each other and then to provide feedback as they're working towards their performance assessment. One tip is that feedback should be pretty frequent. If students are giving each other peer feedback, they want to be open to the feedback. So doing it frequently throughout and often early on is a good way, because then students are not really attached to their particular um, uh, final product. So they're still open to the feedback and they're open to the growth as you move forward with the unit. So that is what we are working on this week. And again, the unit design and the pacing guide are the final components, what you would need to submit for the credits. So please continue to work on those. At some point, probably by the end of next week, I will ask for you to post at least something that you've been working on with your unit design so that we can have some feedback and make sure everybody's on the right track for the credits at the end. So that is all for this week. If you have any questions, please link to the Jamboard. You can put the questions and post them for anybody to see. You can also, if you would like to email me, please email me at dflood@bronxvilleschool.org. And if you have any other comments, I just want to, since I've opened our Jamboard, I have some templates here that were used at another conference that I attended that I thought were interesting, capturing some thoughts and things to share. So people making some templates, I thought that was interesting. This is a nice one where you could have a discussion virtually. Students would put their name on a sticky note. So you would do something like this. I would write my name on the sticky note. And then when I wanted to say something or agree, I just drag my name to, wow, that was a great point that you just made, Joe. And then, or you put your name in the box and say you want to speak, or if you have a question. So I kind of liked this one. I thought this was a fun way to make conversations interactive in the classroom when you were online. And then this is a nice one, just a pretty standard exit ticket. What did you learn? So this is a nice way to do some reflection as well. So just some sample Jamboards. So I will see you all in the video next week, starting week 6. Thanks so much. Goodbye.